We're up, we're moving. Mailman's been here not super early, but brought an Amazon delivery today. The sun's in and out. Sometimes it looks really dreary and other times it's just bright and warm. Humidity's up today. So I'm getting into my thing after watching videos and having coffee. I had to decide what we're having for dinner. And I'm fixing to head to the environmental park and set up my camera and, you know, the typical daily stuff. I really meant to get this ham out yesterday and forgot. It's a fully cooked spiral ham from Butcher Box. And I just wanted to say that this metal plate or a cast iron pan upside down does a really great job of pulling the cold out of the piece of meat. And I have it raised on glass because Dawn says it's good to have full air circulation, and the fan. And I have 5 hours, let's say, until I need to heat it up in the oven, and I think we'll be good with that here. I think you'll be surprised at how fast that piece of meat will defrost with this setup. Dawn just finished cleaning my cast iron skillet, so it's ready for me to mess up again. Poor guy. He says he figures if I cook it, he needs to clean it. I really like that mentality, but he's done a great job there. This cleaner thing that he's shown before,
if you have,
it does great. Yeah, it would not be possible to clean that pan that good without this. And it had stuck on stuff. I mean, there was no not giving it a full clean this time. We don't do that every time, but once a week at least. I gotta say, it sure is nice setting up the focus on my camera and being able to sit on the bench at the same time. I'm also really liking that limb we can't take down is farther out of the frame. I don't see anybody yet, not until I get the lens up there. I mean, there's no obvious hawk out in the tree limb or anything right now, because I'm waiting for him to go out in the tree limb. All right, all set up. Full battery, plenty of space on the card. Manual focus looks good. You really don't want to hear it. First off, it won't stay focused up there with all the movement. You'll hear the motor all the time, and it goes in and out of focus blurry, focus blurry. It's just no shooting it at autofocus up there. But I think it's good. I do try to have time to recheck it every time I come down. I see one guy up there moving around a little bit. I did not see both of them, but that's pretty typical. At least, you know, right now I see the one guy. Yeah, the quick actions trim function in Finder on the Mac is really making it easy to process the Hawk video this year since I discovered that tool, because I can slide over 15 minutes of footage, and as I slide you can actually see the video, so I can see if they're standing up or if the parents come into the nest or they're almost on the tree limb, and I can look for those snippets that are important out of the 15 minutes, and then I can save that as a new smaller snippet. So when I save it for long term, I'm not saving a 4 GB file, but I'm saving a 1 GB file, and plus I only have the footage that I really care about, and it's really revolutionized how I'm able to manage the Hawk video. I am going to, at the end of the season after they fledged, put together the best of them over the days, and I'll try to put, I intend to put the date on the clips so we can watch them as they progressed. I think that'll be fun. I'm just feel motivated to do that. But we've probably got another 15 to 20 days of enjoying them up in the tree. So I may not be down here every day, but I certainly intend to be down here a lot of the days getting some footage. It's amazing how much bigger they're getting, and how much riskier they're getting, and chewing on their own food and doing their bathroom needs in a little more hygiene way. And you know, just the development is pretty fast and pretty amazing. Feathers are darker now. Yeah. Well, I got down here in time to watch the end of a feeding session. I got the camera restarted, and Ruby and I are headed to the environmental park. So I'm about at the end of this book. I I struggled a little bit with a couple of the concepts at the very end, and I'm not sure how immediately necessary they are. You know, I'm talking about like the last 10 pages of this 70-page book. But I've started using YouTube to try to help figure out Moonlight Sonata, which was my recital piece, my third-year recital piece. I'd like to be able to play it again, so I've shifted my focus a little bit, let's say. So when Don and I came home from Home Depot the other night, we did take the time to stack up all the wood. It's not too bad out here when you're not in the sun. And we've waited for the sun to be off of the walkway area. So what we're trying to do right now is mark where we need to put the trench. And the things we're watching out for here are: don't be too close to the septic tank lid. Don't kill too many ferns because we really like them. And don't have it too far away from the cat platform so that whoever stands here petting the kitties is always perpetually falling off the walkway. And Don points out that, you know, the walkway bricks are not in a really nice line, and that contributes to how you feel about how straight it is. But it's this board here is parallel with the foundation. And Don's bringing a 4-foot piece of decking so that we can see how that looks too. Get a better feel for it. Alright, we moved it out 3 inches. 46 and 92 being the important numbers. Yeah, the fourth consideration was leaving enough space here to not look stupid, and I think we've accomplished that. By an adequate amount for sure. Don is not pleased about digging. He's ready to get on to the install the wood part and skip this part.
Yeah.
And Gray is sort of hiding out here underneath the maple. Well, I wish my hand was back to normal. It looks worse than it's bothering me, but it's going to take 3, probably 4 days before that swelling goes down. Well, it's going on 6 o'clock and defrosted. Well, the 2 trenches are looking good, but Don informs me that we need a 3rd trench up the middle.
Yeah, I didn't expect us to get the trenches dug today. I thought basically this was going to take a lot longer. It's cooperating today. I don't know why, it just is. Well, you're not done with the 3rd trench yet, so be careful what you say there. Well, I didn't want to pull the stepping stones up for the 3rd trench until
you were sure.
Sure, but at this point I'm going to start.
Yeah, you can see that it's going good over here, and I kind of petered out on him the last 15-20 minutes. My back kind of tightened up on me in a way where that cyst is, that I shouldn't fool with it. So I did a good bit, but I had to quit. Come on, buddy, let's go check on them birdies. I could use some company. It's 6 o'clock, so I probably should just carry it back up the hill, but maybe I'll restart it one more time. Let's see what's going on up at the nest and how dark it looks. Well, I don't see any activity at all, so I guess I'm going to carry it back up. If there was anything useful going on, I would leave it down here and walk back down and get it again in a half an hour. It's always tomorrow. And who's to say I didn't get something cool today? I know at one point I saw another frog. Seems like these guys are really relying on a lot of frogs, which is fine. Well, having those 2 tools really does make a big difference in how this goes.
Yeah.
Are you done for tonight?
I'm done for the night. I got 3 of them. We're going to have to do our laser level when it gets started.
Sure. Well, this butcher box ham, it looks good, Nani.
It does. I tasted a little piece of it and it tasted just fine.
For after dinner entertainment, Don and I, we have fun with the laser level.
Yeah, well.
Even Tux is helping. Oh.
That ought to be 31. Damn close to it. Call that 31.